Peace, peace, peace. Welcome back, welcome back. Pardon self, pardon self. I believe I had some internet connections. With this weather being what it is, I don't know. My internet's been acting up. My Wi-Fi. Um, I don't know. I guess the snow, the ice outside. The negative temperatures is crazy. Um, so pardon self, pardon self, pardon self. We actually left off. We have. Excuse me. We actually left off on the dialogue between Sally and Dr. Newton. Um, how she was explaining how what they did to her the physical body. So let's back up a bit, and then we'll finish up. Excuse me, Ted. Where we at? Okay, let's start here. Let me get my reader. My reader. Dr. Newton asks, can your soul resist this pulling sensation for as long as you want? Sally. Footnote. There's a long pause while the subject appears to be carrying on an internal debate with himself in his former life as Sally. Yes, I can if I really want to stay. Subject starts to cry. Oh, it's awful what those savages did to my body. Sorry, we having some tech issues. My Wi-Fi keeps toggling, twitching, twitching and glitching. Let's see if we can finish up right quick. We was talking about her husband. Okay, pardon self. Subject starts to cry. Oh, it's awful what those savages did to my body. There's blood all over my pretty blue dress. My husband, Will, is trying to hold me and still fight with our friends against the Indians. Footnote. I reinforce the imagery of a protective shield around this subject, which is so important as a foundation to calming procedures. Sally's soul is still hovering over her body after I move the scene forward in time to when the Indians are driven off by the wagon train rifles. Dr. Newton asks, Sally, what is your husband doing right after the attack? Sally responds, oh good, he isn't hurt, but, with sadness, he is holding my body, crying over me. There is nothing he can do for me, but he doesn't seem to realize that yet. I'm cold, but his hands are around my face, kissing me. Dr. Newton asks, and what are you doing at this moment? Sally responds, I'm over Will's head. I'm I'm trying to console him. I want him to feel my love is not really gone. I want him to know he has not lost me forever and that I will see him again. Dr. Newton asks, are your messages getting through? Sally responded, there's so much grief, but he feels my essence. I know it. Our friends are around him and they separate us finally. They want to reform the wagons and get started again. Dr. Newton asks, and what is going on with your soul? Sally responds, I'm still resisting the pulling sensation. I want to stay. Dr. Newton, Dr. Newton asks, "Why is that?" Sally responds, "Well, I know I'm dead, but I'm not ready to leave Will yet, and I want to watch them bury me." Dr. Newton asks, "Do you see or feel any other spiritual entity around you at this moment?" Sally pauses. "They are near. Soon I will see them. I feel their love as I want Will to feel mine. They are waiting until I'm ready." Dr. Newton asks, "As time passes, are you able to comfort Will?" Sally says, "I'm trying to reach inside his mind." Dr. Newton asks, "And are you successful?" Sally pauses. "I think a little. He feels me. He realizes love." Dr. Newton responds, "All right, Sally. Now we're going to move forward in relative time again. Do you see your wagon train friends placing your body in some kind of grave?" Sally, voice is more confident. "Yes, they have buried me. It's time for me to go. They are coming for me now. I'm moving into a brighter light." Contrary to what some people believe, souls often have little interest in what happens to their bodies once they are physically dead. This is not this this is not callousness. I think that's that word. They separated in between two lines. Let's look this word up right quick, chat. Callousness. 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 Okay, I said it right. Insensitive or cruel disregard for others. Callousness. Okay, got it. Where we at? This is not callousness over personal situations and the people they leave behind on earth, but an acknowledgement of those souls to to to, to whoa. This is not the callousness over personal situations and the people they leave behind on earth, but an acknowledgement of those souls to the a finality of mortal death. They have a desire to hurry on their way to the beauty of the spirit realm. Let me make sure we still live. We still recording because this is pre-recorded. I'm not doing this live. Let me make sure we still recording and my internet's still got a sturdy connection here. All right, we good. All right, we got about two more pages in this chapter. Where we at? However, many other souls want to hover around the place where they died for a few Earth days usually until after their funerals. Time is apparently accelerated for souls, and days on Earth may be only minutes to them. There is a variety of of there are a variety of motiv, motivations. Motiv, that sound don't sound that don't that don't sound right. Motiv, motivations. There are a variety of motivations for the lingering soul. Is that how you pronounce that word? I feel like I'm saying it wrong. Motiv, Here we go, chat. Did I spell the word right? There's a variety of motivations. Why does this word look longer? Motivation. Motivation. It's the same word. I just think the S is throwing me off. Like it makes the word look and appear longer than motive or motivate, which would be the stem word or the core word. Anyway, moving along. There are there are a variety of motivations for the lingering soul. For instance, someone who has been murdered or killed unexpectedly in an accident often does not want to leave right away. I find these souls are frequently bewildered or angry. So let me get back to my recording screen, make sure we're still good. To abruptly detach from a human form even after a long illness is still a jolt to the average soul, and this too may make the soul reluctant to depart at the moment of death. There is also something symbolic about the normal 3 to 5 day funeral arrangement period for souls. Souls really have no morbid curiosity to see themselves buried because emotions in the spirit realm are not the same as we experience here on earth. Yet, I find soul entities appreciate the respect given to the memory of their physical life by surviving relatives and friends. I'm reading verbatim, chat. As we saw in the last case, there is one basic reason for many spirits not wanting to immediately leave the place of their physical death. This comes from a desire to mentally reach out to comfort loved ones before progressing, that P word, I was about to get caught up, progressing further into the spirit realm. Those who have just died are not devastated about their deaths because they know those left on earth will see them again in the spirit world and probably later in other lives as well. On the other hand, mourners at a funeral generally feel they have lost a loved one forever. During hypnosis, my subjects do recall frustration at being unable to effectively use their energy to mentally touch a human being who is receptive due to shock and grief. Emotional trauma of the living may overwhelm their inner minds to such an extent that their mental capabilities to communicate with souls are inhibited. I think it should say is inhibited. But, you know, when a newly departed soul does when a newly departed soul does find a way to give solace to the living, however briefly, they usually are satisfied and want to then move on quickly away from Earth's astral plane. I had a typical example of spiritual consolation in my own life. My mother died suddenly from a heart attack. During her burial service, my sister and I were so filled with sadness, our minds were numb at the ceremony. A few hours later, we returned to our mother's empty house with our spouses and decided to take a much needed rest. My sister and I must have reached the receptive alpha state at about the same time. Appearing in two separate rooms, my mother came through our subconscious minds as a dreamlike brush of whiteness above our heads. Reaching out, she smiled, indicating her acceptance of death and current well being. Then she floated away, lasting only seconds. This act was a meaningful form of closure, causing both of us to release into a sound sleep of the Delta state. We are capable of feeling and we are capable of feeling the comforting presence of the souls of lost loved ones, especially during or right after funerals. For, for spiritual communication to come through the shock of mourning, it is necessary to try to relax and clear your mind at least for short periods. Excuse me, Chad. At these moments, our receptivity to a paranormal experience is more open to receive positive communications of love, forgiveness, hope, encouragement, and the reassurance your loved one is in a good place. Excuse me, my throat, because I'm putting a lot of pressure on, my voice box and my larynx. Like as I said and mentioned, it takes a lot for me energetically, emotionally to read out loud. To read out loud.
Definitely. I kind of sleeping.
Where? Okay. Sorry, that's my daughter. Again, she scared me. I wasn't even paying attention to anything that was going on behind me. I just heard noises behind me, and I turn around. There my daughter is. I was kind of almost startled, like taken aback. Because lately, the spiritual realm, the veil is so thin between the physical and the spiritual right now. Like, I'm definitely seeing like like, like not spiritual apparitions, but like spirit apparitions or like, like shadow figures. Like, I'll be seeing shadow figures a lot, or like just different, I don't know, just different, like hard to explain things. Um, like apparitions and like mist and stuff, or it'll be like shadow figures or something. Like I said, trying to make sure everybody's all right. So where we at? Okay, we on the next page. So this is the last page, chat. Let's go ahead and wrap it up. Yeah, it's the last page. We are capable of feeling the comfort of present. Okay, yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna just start over here. Sorry. We are capable of feeling the comforting presence of the souls of lost loved ones, especially during or right after funerals. For spiritual communication to come through the shock of mourn the shock of mourning, it is necessary to try to relax and clear your mind at least for short periods. At those moments, our receptivity to a paranormal experience is more open to receive positive communication of love, forgiveness, hope, encouragement, and the reassurance your loved one is in a good place. All right, good. Right. Let's give me a chat. When a widow with young children says to me, a part of my husband comes to me during the difficult times, I believe her. My clients tell me as souls, they are able to help those on earth connect their inner minds to the spirit world itself. As it has been widely said, People are not really gone as long as they are remembered by those left on earth. Those, excuse me, in the chapters ahead, we will see how specific memory is a reflection of your own soul, while collective memories are the atoms of pure energy for all souls. Death does not break our a, con, a, con, a continue a con, yeah, con, continue a, ooh, my goodness. Let's look this word up because I'm already butchering it and I'm just going to keep butchering it. I thought it was continuity, but like I said, my dyslexia. If you want to say something else when I see something else, and it's probably the word I'm trying to say, I just can't pronounce it. Continuity, exactly. Come on, man. You knew that. Continuity. I thought continuity had an M in it. Continuity. I guess it doesn't. Okay. Again, with the English language, continuity. Okay, let's go back. In the chapters ahead, we will see how specific memory is a reflection of our own soul, while collective memories are the atoms of pure energy for all souls. Plural, excuse me. Let me get back to my recording to make sure we're still good. Death does not break our continuity with the immortal souls of those we love simply because they have lost the physical personhood of the mortal body. Despite their many activities, these departed souls are still able to reach us if called upon. Occasionally, a occasionally a disturbed spirit does not want to leave the earth after physical death. This is due to some unresolved problem which has had a severe impact on its consciousness. That would be me, because I'm not crossing over. I have my reasons. In these abnormal cases, help is available from higher caring entities who can assist in the adjustment process from the other side. We also have the means to aid disturbed spirits in letting go on earth as well. I will have more to say about troubled spirits in chapter 4, but 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 the enigma of ghosts portrayed in books and movies have been greatly overblown. How should we best how should we best prepare for our own death? Our lives may be short or long, healthy or sick, but there comes that time when we all must meet death in a way suited for us. If we have had a long illness leading to death, there is a time to inadequately prepare the mind once initial shock, denial, and depression have passed. The mind takes a shortcut through this sort of progression when we face death suddenly. At the end of our physical life, as the end of our physical life draws near, each of us has the capacity to fuse with our higher consciousness. Dying is the easiest part of our lives for spiritual awareness. When we can sense our souls is connected to the eternity of time. I'm reading verbatim, Chad. Verbatim. Although there are dying people who find acceptance to be more difficult than resignation, caregivers working around the dying say most everyone acquires a peaceful detachment near the end. I believe dying people are given access to a supreme knowledge of eternal consciousness. Damn. And this frequently shows in their faces. Many of these people realize something universal is out there waiting and it will be good. Dying people are undergoing a metamorphosis of separation by their souls from an adopted body. People associate death as losing our life force when actually the opposite is true. We forfeit our bodies in death, but our eternal life unites with the force of a divine oversoul. Death is not darkness, but light. My clients say after recalling former death experiences, they are so filled with rediscovering freedom from their earthbound bodies that they are anxious to get started on their spiritual journey to a place of peace and familiarity. In the cases which follow, we will learn what life is like for them in the afterlife. All right, chat. We made it to chapter 2. And this is called Gateway to the Spirit World. Chapter 2. Chapter 1 was heavy. Chapter 1 was jam packed. It was really just kind of like an introductory to, the book, the information in the book, the content, and just kind of like getting you prepped or warmed up for usually the other chapters to come. It's like 4:47. It's almost 5 a.m. So I've been sitting here for the last 4 hours trying to read chapter 1 of this book. I was successful. It was successful, but it takes a little while for me as someone with a speech language disability. Like, I can't just speed read through stuff. I could speed read through stuff, but then I'm not going to read with understanding. I'm not going to know what I'm reading about. I just read a bunch of words and I didn't really put them together to understand what the words meant. I just read, just to say, oh yeah, I'm done. So it does take me a little while longer to read, especially if I have to read out loud. And then I also like to look up words that I don't know how to pronounce, or I'm struggling to pronounce, or I don't know the meaning of. So the fact that the internet was dragging Miss Kai Cenat for reading out loud and then looking up a word because maybe he didn't understand the meaning or the context in which it was being written or wrote. I just don't understand that. And then, I mean, a lot of people, they can't even spell words. They're not even properly using words proper in the English language. Um, but I think over 65% of the English language is really just in its ebonics and slang at this point. Like, because we don't even speak proper English here in America. As American speaking people, we don't speak proper English. I think we speak broken English over here. It's like a merge of different dialects. You got your French, you got your French Creole, you got your Haitian, you got, you know what I mean? Like, it's so many different dialects, you know. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got your Arabic, your Wolof, you know. And of course, you got your common slang terminologies and, whatnot. So, America is truly a melting pot when it comes to culture and, you know, just ethnicity and language and whatnot. But I struggle with the English. I struggle with the English language. Um, Almost 40 years old, I still struggle with the English language. I struggle to read out loud. I struggle to enunciate and pronounce certain words. And then I be having like blockages and stuff, like at the lips or at the teeth and tongue, or like the th sounds, or the f sounds that you know. Like sometimes I get blockages here, like the pressure builds up here, and I'd be like, or like that pressure builds up, and it's a little bit harder to get those words out, or like the pressure will build up in the throat, on like the G and the H sounds, when it's like you gotta kind of get that air flowing first before you actually get the sound or the syllables out. For example, like golf or golf or something, you gotta get that, you know what I mean? So it could be a blockage in the throat, in the voice box. It could be a blockage in the lungs if you're not breathing properly, if you don't have enough airway or airflow to get through the sentence. Um, like there's so many things with speaking and stuttering that the average person does not think about on a daily basis. But as someone with a speech language disability, like you notice the little things about talking and speaking and I'm saying, like communicating and socializing and whatnot. Um, but I'm working on it. I'm working on it. I'm working on it. I'm working on it. Not every day is a good speaking day, as I mentioned in the first episode. I'm going to continue to map this out for you guys because I know you guys will say, "Oh well, this was a pretty good this was a pretty good show. This was a pretty good episode. I really didn't hear you stutter that much. You really talk really, really clear. I really think stuttering's in your head, like stuff like that. Like I've heard it all, um, but I definitely stutter IRL in real time. I stutter more when I have to actually engage in a conversation. If it's just me talking to self, I don't really stutter that much. But if I gotta get in front of the camera, or if I'm like live streaming or doing whatever, and I know I have to talk and speak, then I'll keep everything real short and brief, not to stutter or not to make it known that I do have a stutter. Um, so I have my ways, my methods to help me speak clear. I've been working on it. I'm still working on it. I've been in speech class all my life since fifth grade, sixth grade. I'm almost 40, so I'm working on my speech. Not every day is a good speaking day. Not every day I can speak clear. Not every day I'm able to express myself verbally. I can express myself visually, physically, whatnot. But when it comes to verbal expression, when it comes to just communicating, direct conversation, IRL, phone, Zoom, it doesn't matter where, it doesn't matter with who, it doesn't matter what we're talking about. I still stutter speaking to my family, and they know I stutter. Like they know 10, 15, 20, 30 years plus, they know. But if I got to get on the phone with my family members, I will still stutter equally the same if I'm talking to a random stranger I never even met before. It could be IRL in person, it could be on the phone, Zoom, it could be, you know, down the hall, around the corner, across the street. I'm still going to struggle verbally with the English language. That's all I got for you guys. I'm gonna get on up out of here. It's 5 o'clock in the morning. Do a little morning yoga, a little morning meditation. Give me tap. I'm gonna do a little morning yoga, a little morning meditation real quick. Then I'll probably sleep for an hour. I don't really sleep that much. Like things I notice as I get older, I don't do as much as everybody else. I don't sleep as much. I don't eat as much. Um, Eating, my diet, I'm sure it came from my past. Um, Being homeless for like 5.5 years, 6 years. Like, and when I say homeless, I mean like temporarily without shelter, or I was like couch surfing, like I was staying over here, staying over there, like wearing out my welcome type shit, you know what I mean? And then like after you wear out the welcome, it's like, okay, you gotta go after that. Like you was good for a little bit while you was here, like I appreciate it, whatever, but now you gotta go type shit. So I was couch surfing for a little minute, a little minute. Um, And it's not that I was homeless without shelter. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I had a bando that I was, you know what I'm saying, like posting up in, but it wasn't no power. It wasn't no hot water. Like, it was just cold well water. Like, I'm in the country, so it's cold well water. Like, you know what I mean? Um, so I believe my diet got affected with me going through that and just not having access to food or not eating every day or just having to like steal food just to like get to the next day type shit. Or even when I did get a job when I was going through that, like obviously it was fast food, but eating at your job all day, like you know, I would usually work the mid shift, so that would be like 11 to 8, 12 to 9 type shit or whatever. So I would like, you know, I don't want to say I would get to work early. I would already be at work because you know I'm homeless. I don't really got nowhere to be. So I would sit outside my job all day until it was time to start my shift, or I would start my shift like an hour or two early, and I'd make sure I get something to eat before I start my shift, or after I work for a little bit, I would eat, and then I would like take my break, and then if I got some money to like order something or whatever in the area or whatever, I can get something to eat. If not, I'm eating the same food where I work at. You know what I mean? Because like, you know what I mean? Like, I ain't really got it like that right now. Like, I don't really got it. Like, I don't have the money to get it or to like buy food, groceries, fast food, or whatever. Nor do I have friends, family, or anybody that's really looking out. Um, so I really just had to eat the food at my job. And then when it was time to go, of course, I'm trying to like take food to go because I'm like, well, shit, I don't know where I'm gonna end up tonight. But one, I gotta be warm, and two, I need to have something to eat just in case. You know what I mean? If I get hungry or whatever, like my stomach start biting and shit. Um, and then there was just so much other little like side challenges that I had to overcome in the process of that. Like, I don't know. It's really just a whole story behind that. Like I can lean in about my past hours at a time, 16, 18 hours straight. I can talk about stuff I've been through. And I don't have to get up here and lie about anything. Please don't think I'm lying to get views and clicks and all of that. I really don't give a fuck about none of these views or these clicks or these likes or none of that. I just got a story to tell, you know. I just got a story to tell. What I've been through, my experiences, and the things that I've seen and witnessed and lived through, I'm sure 1000%, 1000%, it can definitely help somebody else who may just now be going through it or who really, real life, may be in the thick of some shit and they don't know what to do. They don't got no options. Nobody's helping them out. Nobody's really there. You know what I mean? Like, nobody's really there for them type shit. Like, that was my experience. Like I had people there, but they wasn't there. You know what I mean? Like I had family members when I was going through my shit that I could call or whatever to look out, and they would say some shit like, "Okay, if you need something, call me." Then when I call them, it's like you can't do shit for me. You can't help out. Not that you're obligated to, but don't say things like that. Don't be like, "Oh, well, if you need something, call me. If you need a ride, call me. If you need to wash your clothes, call me." Like, you know what I mean? Because then when I call you and I'm like, "Hey, yo," you know what I mean? Now it's an inconvenience for you to stop what you're doing and help me or to look out for me. You know what I mean? So I had people around, I had people to ask for assistance. But then when I was going to ask them for assistance, whatever it was, it could be something so simple as a bottle of water or like, you know what I'm saying? Like pick me up, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? A candy bar from the store or something. And I know you going to the store to get a bunch of bullshit. You going to get cigars and, you know what I'm saying, a case of beer and shit like that. You know, and I just asked for like a candy bar or like a bag of chips because I ain't eating 2 days. You know what I'm saying? And you come back from the store and you get everything for everybody else. You get all of your shit. but you don't get my bag of chips. And then you'd be like, oh shit, my bad, son. I forgot. Oh, but you got so and so stuff that they asked for. You got so and so what they asked for. You make sure that you got your alcohol and you know what I'm saying, your tobacco. But I ain't good for a bag of chips. $1.29 plus tax. Yeah. Anyway, so I have so many stories I could share about so many different things. I'm just really, really quiet about everything. Like, it's not that I don't want to talk about it, or it's not that I don't want to talk about it, but I gotta find the time to get this shit out. Like, I gotta real life be up for talking. I gotta be up for explaining shit. I gotta be in the mood to really kind of like lean in. When I say lean in, like we're whispering about some shit, like it's a secret, but it ain't no fucking secret. I just say lean in because I be needing niggas to come and listen. I be needing niggas to come and listen. That's the type of shit that I have to say. Because it's unbelievable. It's mind blowing. It's mind boggling. It's mind boggling. The things that I've been through with my family. I'm not talking about no random ass people in the street. I'm talking about sandbox motherfuckers. Okay? I talk about we came out the same coochie hole type shit. I don't know. Shit's weird. Shit's weird, and motherfuckers are weirder, especially when it comes to me. So I don't know. I real life be avoiding people, man. And I know you guys, people probably say and do and should say, oh, you shouldn't be like that with the world. You shouldn't be like that with people. You shouldn't, um, whatever. I guess don't judge a book by its cover type shit, you know? But then when I give people the benefit of the doubt, or when I try to socialize and I try to open up and make friends and have friends or hang out with people or do the normal common shit that people do in society, I get the short end of the stick. I'm in the wrong. Now I did something that somebody else don't like. Now it's my fault why all of this is going on. It's my fault why we don't talk no more. It's my fault why we're not friends no more. It's my fault why the relationship ended or whatever. No accountability. Meanwhile, I'll be like, oh shit, well yeah, I did do that. My bad. I did say that. Oh, my bad. That wasn't right. I should have not said it like this. I should have said it this way. I should have. You know what I mean? But the other parties is like they don't know how to accept no accountability for nothing. They just want to point the finger and blame. I don't know. The shit is backwards. It's one sided. It's it's biased. It's all of that. But how those experiences went and how my family treated me in my childhood, teenage 20s, some well into my 30s, I took all of that with a grain of salt. I do. And it matters how I socialize and interact with the world. It doesn't matter who you are, it doesn't matter where you're from. I take all of that into consideration with how I interact and socialize with people in the world and people of the world. This weather's so crazy. But that's all I got for you guys. Chat. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for having patience with me. Y'all know I be stuttering and shit. Not every day I can speak clear. Not every day I can express myself freely, verbally, emotionally. Um, you know. So Let me see if
Can I use last to see? Can you use this?
with the last of what's it? Yes, okay. I'm in the middle of something, okay? You know, looking at mix like text right now. Um, excuse me, Chad. You know, like I said, I'm on daddy duties. I got sick kids. Of course, with the weathers, weathers being in the negatives, you know you're bound to get some type of kind of cold and sickness, and you know it is what it is. Um, so that's all I got for you guys this morning, because it's excuse me 5 o'clock in the morning. Okay, but yeah, that's pretty much all I got for you guys. Uh, Shop online with a licensed esthetician, sweet263.biz. Natural skincare products, skincare accessories, gemstone jewelry, house plants, yoga mats. Um, so what else we got? We got some merch. We got a book. You can purchase a copy of my book, Miss Curse of a Male Esthetician. We are available, published worldwide in 6 continents, translated in 7 different languages. Available Amazon, Barnes and Nobles, Books a Million, Google Books, Apple Books. My book is available for checkout on some college campuses as well. I'm not sure why, but my book is available on college campuses websites. You can check out my book from the library. Oh, you can also purchase a copy of my book in Walmart. We're in Walmart as well. Uh, so we're worldwide. With that, I'm working on this podcast here, working on my speech, my stuttering. Um, I got another book. I got another manuscript I'm working on. It's an autobiography. Um, but all of this is going to get grouped together. Podcasts and book content is all going to get grouped together. So when the book is published, you'll get certain you'll get you'll get certain excerpts from podcast episodes that we was able to roll out um, clearly when we're able to get it out verbally. Um, but the book is just to fortify what I can't say verbally because stuttering or whatever, or just not being able to get it out. But obviously, the book will be more detailed to the podcast and what I just share on here or share with you guys. It would just be like a brief introductory. But if you want to get the in-depth story, definitely cop the autobiography when it's published, and you'll get the full backstory. You know, because this spiritual journey of mine has been very, 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 very difficult. I could add about 38 more varies on there, but so I'm just going to share my experience of share my human experience of my spiritual journey, because the human side of my spiritual journey has been tremendously fucked up, tremendously. But maybe the spiritual side of my spiritual journey, that's where I guess things start to look up for me, I guess. Because this physical shit ain't it. It ain't it at all. But we're going to talk about it. In the meantime, in between time, I'm out for now. Y'all stay safe out here in these streets. Y'all know the world is a crazy place to exist in. But this is the best time to exist in these times, right here, right now. You know? Stay low key. Stay safe out here. Stay dangerous, most importantly. And by all means, stay warm in this GMO weather. Okay? But y'all know this shit ain't real. That's all I got for you guys this morning. Echoes beyond the veil. We out, baby. Peace.